Thank God. Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Thank you so very much. You are the first person today. Something for you. Thank you. Oluwole Atiku. Oh, wow. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Let's just wait for 2-3 minutes to have more people, then we can start. Thank you. Wow.
Àwa la fi orin ìṣẹ́gun ṣe wá lógo.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining in. Tenibiaje was the first person to join tonight. Oluwaseun Tenibiaje, thank you so very much. As usual, right? Thank you. You have never let me down. Thank you. I appreciate you, Oluwole Atiku, Tolulope Bolarinwa Ologunwa, and Adenola, Adepeju Olaegbe, Adeyinka Ronke Ọ̀rẹ́dẹ́yìn, Olúṣọlálé Oṣó Arówómutí. Thank you so very much. Ẹ̀yin pàdé ẹ̀. Ọlá Fúnmiláyọ̀, wow. David Ayéọlá Bọ́lá. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Ẹ̀ní nìkan ṣayé o. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Well, according to tonight, Dúpẹ́ Búsàrí Oyèníran, tí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ bá join. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Yes, I said today's topic is going to be how often do you appreciate your spouse? Okay, but before we go further, we have to appreciate God because if we can see, we are approaching fast, very fast, and approaching the end of September again. To God be the glory who has kept us. It's not by our minds, it's not by our power, it is not that we have given him something or maybe it's our praises, but it's just by his grace. That's why we are alive. That's why we are here today. So we should always be appreciative. Omowumi Akinwumi, thank you, ma. God bless you. Ayela Boladoyin, thank you, ma. God bless you. Thank you for joining. You have always been there for us. So we have to keep appreciating God here and there, every now and then, for everything. Because he's the only one that could have done it, no other person. It's not that because we are keeping fit or maybe we have money or maybe we are eating healthy foods or whatever. No, it's just by his grace. That's why we are here. So how often do you appreciate your spouse or your partner? If I may ask, do you even appreciate them at all? Kanona Yegusi Abiodun Sunday, thank you so very much, sir. God bless you. Olufemi Daniel, thank you. I love you all. God bless you. Thank you. So, how often do you appreciate your spouse? Well, if I should talk on this, I don't want to be partial, and at the same time, I want to try as much as possible to be open. You know, Ade Doja, love you, baby girl. Love you. Thank you so very much. Thanks for joining. So, I said, how often do you appreciate your spouse? Do you even appreciate your spouse at all? If you do, how often do you do that? And how do you do that? Do you, we have different measures of appreciation, and we have different methods. So I would say how often and what are the things that we appreciate our spouses or our partners for. So I'll say how do you greet yourselves in the morning? That's the most paramount thing, because so many people don't greet themselves, especially when they have a rough night. Maybe the previous night you had an argument or you had a rift between yourselves. Then the next morning you feel, I can't greet him, or I can't greet her, or even if she greets, I will not answer. Do we do that? Do we keep malice? Do we fight? Do we keep our fights for a long time? And then that is one of the things. We are going to talk about that some other time, but I just quickly want to delve into that. That is one of the things that puts gap in between marriages, in between partners and spouses and lovers. And even if at work, when you keep malice and and stuff like that. Okay, Omowumi Akinwumi said, I love this song. Okay, God bless you. God bless you, ma. Yeah, so Yes, because I saw I love this song, so I thought you were going to talk about love song. So, well, some people sing love songs anyway to appreciate their spouses. Okay. Do you greet yourselves, welcome, good day, how was your day? You know, these are part of it, and this is the starting point. You know, in the morning when you greet yourselves, good morning, good afternoon, whatever, good evening, depending on the time you see yourselves. And then when you ask about your days, how has the day been so far, or how was your day, how did you do? Oh, you're frowning. Hope all is well. You know, those are the things that brings out conversations, which is communication, which is very, very good. It makes the relationship to be more solid and better. Adebowale Ademola Aderomu, thank you very much. So it solidifies unionism, it solidifies the love between both of you. Sunday Ajayi, thank you. So if you appreciate yourselves, you will know how to say good morning in the morning. It doesn't matter if the husband is the one that greets first or the woman that greets first. According to our African culture, we say women should greet first. But most times, the women get up from the bed earlier than the men. So most times they go into the kitchen, maybe to cook, to prepare the children for the day, or even to prepare the man for the day, cooking his meal and stuff like that. Or even at times the woman goes out of the house before the man, depending on the kind of chores, the kind of jobs they do. So that's why I said it doesn't matter if it's the woman that wakes up first or is the man that wakes up first. So when you wake up in the morning and maybe your wife is doing one thing or the other, and then you see your husband now wakes up. If you see him first, you say, oh, good morning. And at times, you know, we might be carried away with whatever we are doing, especially if we are doing some things that is overwhelming. You know, we might not even think about it. And some people might take it, might be offended. You know, they will now say, you know, and stuff like that. But if it now becomes every day, that is when you can complain. But once in a while you see she's busy, or even if the man that wakes up earlier and you see the man doing one thing or the other, and you are the wife that wakes up later and you see the man doing it, and you say, oh, good morning, depending on whatever names you call yourselves and stuff like that. So, and somebody said oriki, yes, eulogizing when you say pẹ̀lẹ́ Akànní, pẹ̀lẹ́ Àbẹ̀bí, Àyọ̀ká, Àgbékẹ́, you know, and stuff like that. To be honest with you, all those things, they are, yes, greeting is the key in marriage, yes. Greetings pave way for effective communication, yes. That's a good point, yes. So when you greet in the morning, good afternoon, you know, stuff like that, especially in the morning, even if the night was rough, you know, maybe you had an argument or anything, swallow your pride, just greet. You know, at times you might greet, you know, grudgingly, maybe you're not happy, especially maybe you're gonna do well overnight, and then madam no agree. You know, and men, they can be temperamental about that, you know, then they'll be cranky in the morning, but it doesn't matter, still great. So yes, says, yes, I wake up before my husband because of nature of my, yes, when you wake up, and even at times you leave before your husband, you can still text, or maybe when the husband wakes up, then the husband will, you know, text the wife, how are you, how is work, I'm on my way to work already, or I just woke up now, you know, because it's a big deal. There's no big deal who first greets each other, you know. But when we are being petty, that is when we say, hey, he's supposed to greet me first, I'm supposed to greet him first, you know. And those are the things, you know, trivial things that causes problems, you know, baseless things. At the end of the day, you see that why you are fighting or why you are having issues is baseless, you know. When people now call you, or maybe they hear about it, they will like, Shawan, people were all right. you don't have to be too petty, about stuff like that. So greeting, I believe, is part of, you appreciating your spouse. Like, oh, I am aware you are here, and I am happy you are alive. All these things, if something happens to your spouse in the night, and it's a spouse that greets in the morning, and you greet yourselves in the morning, you will quickly know, no matter how she sleeps, how deep he sleeps, when I wake up, he will turn and say hello, good morning, and sleep back. But if you see that, oh no, this person didn't greet me, there's something going on, then that is when you will know things are not all right. But when it is, if you like, greet. If you don't like, greet. Even if the person passed away, or the person is having medical issues during the night or early in the morning, you just say, she's happy, leave her there, and before things goes out of hand. So that is why I say greeting is, early morning greetings is part of it. It's just like me appreciating God that my spouse is alive, that my spouse or my partner is awake, is alive. I thank God, and then morning kiss, compulsory or mandatory, depending on how you do your own. Some people don't believe in it, and some people believe in it. But I will tell you the fact. If our parents didn't do all those stuff, like kiss in the morning, kiss in the forehead, kiss on the cheek, some will peck you, to let you know that, okay, even though you are still sleeping, I am already on my way to work and stuff like that. How many people do that? That is very good. It is very good, and it brings, it unites the husband and the wife. The bond will be there, because they are always, kissing and pecking. And I'm not saying when the children are there, like a dog. No, I'm not saying that. But at least, even when the children are seeing you doing that, you are preparing them for their own future, and you are teaching them and telling them how marriage and love is supposed to be. So they will know what they are preparing for, what they are trying to go into, and then the kind of relationship they want also. When they see their parents, they are happy, they are doing this and that, and then it goes on and goes on. But I will be honest with you, most of us, we didn't grow up like that. Like me, I would say I didn't grow up like that. I know they see my papa and mama, they kiss, so no. But one thing I see that they do is like touchy, like my dad will just come and carry my mom's cheek. Yare, I am a pretty lady, like complimenting them. And this is part of appreciating your spouse. When you compliment your spouse, you see that he's dressing nice. You say, hey, mommy, why, my pretty wife, this woman is still there. Hey, this, it unites not only the spouse or the husband and wife, but the whole family. Because when you see your mom smiling like Etorowohe, and you see your dad is smiling also at the same time, even you, the children, you'll be smiling also. That is when you can even make your request, and see they are both happy. But when you see daddy frowning, going on to this side, and mommy easing on the other side, and then how do you talk? Who do you talk to? How do you relate with both of them? No. So, but in this case, touchy, all these things, like, I'm not saying you now go outside and be pressing Bobio and be pressing this and that and then let them know it's my wife. No, I'm not saying you should do it in an embarrassing way. But like, carrying the cheek, like pecking the forehead, like, mommy, my pretty wife, you're dressing nice. Or maybe you have pet names that you call yourselves. Then at that particular time, there's a way you'll be calling each other, and before you know it, even that thing that you didn't ask him for, or that thing that she didn't ask, she didn't ask you for, before you know it, you start doing it, and say, did you not say you want to make your hair the other day? Or you can say, this hair is looking rough. Why don't you call that lady and book an appointment? Let me give you money to go and make your hair. You know, that is it. So, but when you keep appreciating yourself, the love keep flowing, and then the bond will be there. The children too will enjoy the atmosphere. And my Yoruba people says, when the home is not happy, when there is no happiness in the home, throughout that day you'll be cranky, you'll be messy, you'll be hungry for nothing, angry over nothing. That is how they will see that there's something wrong with this person. It can be personal issues, maybe he's having a bad time from home, you know, and stuff like that. And that is how you see teacher going to school and beating children mercilessly. When you see a teacher beating a 2-year-old to stupor because the 2-year-old cannot read ABC, Lori Ikine. You understand what I'm saying? Because it will be a transfer of aggression, you know, like transferring their problem, they're transferring whatever issues they are having at home to everybody they meet on the way. You understand what I'm saying? But when you know the home is sweet, even if you are coming back from work with problems, you know that when I get home, I know I'll meet happiness at home. The problem is partially solved already. You understand? Because that is where that's how you will think, and you'll be able to think properly and to find solution to whatever problems you are having at that particular time. You know? You know, if you understand, I'm not perfect, but I'm just trying to, you know, because when we sit down and see, most of the issues we are having these days starts from home. And when the home is happy, when the home is all right, even all the atmosphere everywhere will be happy. You know, you will not see somebody that will just be talking to you anyhow. Let me cite an issue today. I had an encounter with somebody. I was driving, and the person was, you know, like cussing me out from a vehicle. When I saw the person sitting down beside her was looking a bit matured, maybe the husband or maybe the brother, I wouldn't know. The person did not utter a word. She kept on talking until I answered. You know, I had to answer. We cursed ourselves out and everything. You know, I was now thinking and saying, definitely this woman is not happy. Maybe her home is, you know, she's having issues. And when things like that happen, even something that does not concern you, you'll be angry about it. Because what she was complaining about was none of her business, doesn't concern her. You understand what I'm saying? But when you are happy, you know you are going to a happy home. You wouldn't even want anything to disturb or to distract you or to ruin your day. You'll just be going peacefully. And even your utterances, you will not utter stupid words from your mouth, you know, and stuff like that. So that is it. So when I said, how often do you appreciate your spouses? So now, do you appreciate your spouse on their birthdays? Some people don't know how to do it. They don't even remember their own birthdays. How much more their spouses, especially men. I'm sorry to say this, but I must just be frank. Most men don't remember their own birthdays. How much more remembering their wife's birthdays? My dear brother and sister, you know, at times, the woman can say, "Me worry, I'm not bothered, It's a lie. She's bothered, she's worried, she's angry. Especially when you now remember your children's birthday and you refuse to honor her or compliment her or to wish her happy birthday on her own birthday. But you remember your children's birthday. That woman can pretend that she's okay. She's not okay. She will sit down and think that after all, you met me before I gave birth. You know, especially when you are the father of that child. You met me before I gave birth to this child. So why will this child be having so much attention that you cannot give me? You understand what I'm saying? That will bring an issue. It can even bring enmity between that mother and the child. I'm not saying in the sense of being real proper enemies, but that is how it starts. you will be seeing that child as a rival, especially when he's a baby, is a child, is a girl. Men like their female children. Most times they give them more attention than the boys. You understand? So, but if it only takes the grace of God when the woman have the fear of God, or the woman is the type that doesn't really care, which is minimal among women, right? So like me, I don't even mind if you don't give me anything, but on my birthday, remember to greet me, remember to pray for me. But not that you now say, see people greeting me, that is when you remember. No, it's not done that way. That means I am not on your bucket list. I am not part of I'm not compulsory. I am not somebody important in your life. That is how it is. Right? So you cannot tell me. If you have to mark it on the calendar, or you have to write it on your palm. After all, you went to school, you studied vocational jobs, you did not eat with those ones, you still remember what you learned. So why wouldn't you remember my own birthday? If you like, don't remember your own, I will greet you on your birthday. But not that you will not greet me on my birthday, or you will not wish me well, or even give me ordinary card. You understand what I'm saying? And some people on their wife's birthday, that is when they will go and buy gifts. You know, what are the gifts? I'm not talking about personalized gift. They will go and buy gifts for the house. They are saying they are buying gifts for the wife. When you buy me a pot on my birthday, am I the only one to use the pot to cook, to eat? When you buy me spoon, you buy me cup. Even if you put my name on the cup, can't somebody use it? But when you buy me underwear that is meant for me personally, or you buy me maybe like necklace, or you buy me t-shirts, or you buy me a hair, that I will know these ones are for me. But when you go and buy me a blender on my birthday, what for? I should go and be blending the house, or I should go and be cooking? That's what you are telling me. That's what I'm meant for, just to cook, to be in the kitchen. So you cannot say on my birthday, you are buying me a pot, you are buying me blender, you are buying me. The only thing you can buy me that you know that can benefit me is personalized items. Maybe you buy me a ring, a woman ring that you cannot wear, fine. Or you buy me a slippers, a unisex slippers, and tomorrow you put it on. So definitely, it's not meant for me. It's not meant for me. So don't go and buy me blender. If you buy me flour go die. 2-3 days, flour is gone. But I want something that I could be making reference to, that I could be remembering. That someday I will say, oh, on my 20th birthday, my husband bought this for me. On my Kiniko birthday, my husband bought this for me. Even if it is a dress that I will wear and it will tear, but at least it's mine. But not that you go and buy me blender, you go and buy me cooking pot, I be frying pan on my birthday. Set of dish. Now only me go use dish job. No, I don't want. That is it. I don't want. So don't buy me gift that is meant for the whole house. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Okay. Now, people are commenting, said couples should be able to be emotionally sensitive about each other. Yes, sir, my brother. Because when you call yourself my husband or you call yourself my wife, you should be able to know, to decode some things about me. You will know that maybe when I sit down and you rub your hand on my head, maybe I like you so much. That is when you see me dimming my eyes and doing this and doing this. Maybe that is when you now say, you know, I feel like eating pounded yam. You have already made my day. You touched me. You understand? Some people don't touch their wives. They just oribo sheri, see. see her backyard. I don't even know. Oh, you are just blowing up every day. You are getting fatter and fatter and fatter, bigger and bigger every day. You don't go and bust, though. Don't go and bust. I cannot give you food and now be looking for money to go and give you the to go and pay for gym. Forgetting that when you met her, she was slim. When you met him, he was slim. Your cooking made him to have big belly. Childbearing made her to gain weight. And she's trying to keep fit so that she can still be more attractive to you. So how are you helping than to just complain? Right? When I met you, you were like this. I love your shape and figure eight. Do you think figure eight will be there forever? After childbearing, some people have 2, 3, 4 children. Some go through stressful pregnancies, and then all you could do, no compliment, is to just complain and complain. No, it's not done. First and foremost, the woman will be having low esteem. The man will be having low esteem. If you are the type that runs your spouse down instead of complimenting them, then they will be bottling it up, keeping quiet. One day, they will burst. Then, you just see fight upon fight. They will be asking, Kilo Shele, what happened? They won't be able to, because these things are too much and overwhelming. They can't cope anymore. And you now say, is it more than that small fight? Why is it now extending and escalating to? Because they have been bottling it up for months, for years. When you keep running your mouth on the woman or the man. See, your belt, you cannot wear size 34 anymore. Now you are wearing size 40. Who fed him? Who has been cooking for him? You now. You now. You don't even have shape anymore. You have now turned to Amoeba. See your backside. Me that used to tell my friends, if they see my wife, the shape is this, the shape is that. Now you have turned to something else. What are you doing to help? That is not compliments. You are not complimenting her. You are just using her mouth to run her off, to run her down. You are killing her self-esteem. It's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. So one should just be very careful, because we are talking about you complimenting your spouse. That is not when you now remember and say, I said to be oh, you said to be go to say. How tall are you, Seth? O ti ga ju. O ti kuru ju. You didn't see, were you blindfolded before? Didn't you see those before? Who forced you? Who forced you into the marriage? So you should be very careful. So what are the compliments you are giving your spouses? Even anniversary days, do you even remember? Some don't even remember. If you ask them, how many years have you been married? How many years? That's a shame on you. That means you are not part of the marriage. If you are part of the marriage, you should be able to remember, even when they wake you and tap you. And that one thing, I carry it for women. Even women that didn't go to school, they still manage to remember all those things. You will hear them saying, on the market day, in the year that Muritala became the president, I think it was in the 6th month. They will describe and give you the exact date. Those are our mama that didn't even go to school. They can say, do you remember that time that they did the first attack Abikino Mankwe? Yes, it was that year. They will tell you. But when we ask some men, they will talk to their wives and be asking. Some don't even know their own number, phone numbers. They will be asking wives, how many do you want to put on her head? That's why you see some women, they are aging so fast because they carry too many things on their head. And yet, the men don't compliment them. It is that little thing that they have done in error that they keep reminding them, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe kíní kan, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló fọ́ mirror, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà, that's how you did this, that's how you did that. Forgetting all the good and lovely things she has done. Maybe your husband has money before, and that is when you are greeting him, hey, Udogu, this and that, and things changed. A test of time you cannot even stand. The next thing, is this how your men, your fellow men are? Is this what they are doing? You won't go and ask them, go and see Baba Lagbaja, go and see Baba Tamedu. Are they not men? Are they not men like you? Why is your own like this? Instead of you to be reaffirming him, reaffirmation no need that no, it used to be good. Now we are passing through this trial. It's a phase. We are going to overcome. My love, it's a test of time. Very soon, all will be well. Even though you don't know what to do, even though you say that you are talking, you are reassuring him, you don't have anything to offer. But yet, once he looks back, he knows that if everybody says no, if everybody deserts me, if everybody condemn me, my wife is still there, standing beside me. And before you know it, this man said, we'll sit down one day. He will be, God will use, as you are doing, he will be the one God will still use to think about how to forge ahead in that particular time. Before everything will come up good. But when you are always condemning, you are giving 1,000 naira for food. Is that how much your friends are dropping? Now, you are changing my children's school from this school to that school. You will complain, forgetting those times that you never even asked for those things he was doing. A friend of mine told me a story. They were formerly, she was in Nigeria. She lost contact with her boyfriend. So later on, a man came and asked her hand in marriage. So they got married. The man took her to, I think, Italy or something. And you know they have gold there. That she was always buying gold. The husband would be complaining, all your money you are using to buy gold. Later on, they relocated to US. So when they got to US, things were not the way it used to be. This woman said she will bring one gold and say, oh, go and sell this one. They will sell it $2,000, $1,000. When they sell it, they will use it to pay house rent, maybe 3-4 months, use it to eat small food and be looking for one thing or the other. When things are rough again, this woman will bring another gold. Say, one day the man was just looking at her and said, all this gold that you used to cherish. She said the only one that pained her most was the one she put on her daughter's ears and the neck that she had to sell. When she had already finished selling everything, it was the man that would go and sell it. The man now said he never knew that the woman would release those jewelries because she loved them so much. She now made a statement. She said, what is the essence of putting on a gold chain with an empty stomach? That when we bounce back, I will be able to buy even the latest design. But some women, hey, they won't release it though. They will talk and talk. Even they will make some men to almost crash or commit suicide. No, it's not supposed to be like that. At that particular time, they need reaffirmation. You are confirming, reassuring them that for better, that every time I am always there for you. It will be better. It is only a test of faith, a test of time with you. Before you know it, we will bounce back. A woman is going through some issues, maybe medical issues. You're having thyroid. Having thyroid. This one I have to think, how did I put myself in this kind of mess? How did I marry a woman like this? Hey, that's time that you're supposed to be telling her that, minor surgery, we'll look for money, we'll just go and do the surgery, you'll be fine. That is when you start condemning and condemning. No. You are telling God that you do not appreciate her being alive. That is just it. That is just it. It's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. So, how often do you appreciate yourselves? When you achieve new things, do you appreciate yourself? Maybe your husband buys you something, a car you didn't even ask for. Maybe you just said something and said, they like motor, and he went out of his way and got you this car. Did you say thank you? Did you appreciate him? Did you bless him? Did you pray for him? Even your wife, on your birthday, your wife come with a conflict stuff. You see, Kini, and say, you didn't even buy the original one, and you are walking. Oh God, I can't use this one. I prefer gold. You are buying silver. Have you said thank you? Have you complimented her for buying that? Have you appreciated her? Have you appreciated him? How often do you do that? Is it only when they give you gifts that's when you remember to appreciate your spouse? Or when your wife cook a good meal, that's when you remember she exists? No, it's not supposed to be like that. Some men, when their wives are pregnant, they will be complaining. This one that you're spitting and spitting, vomiting and doing this, are you the first person that will get pregnant? Forgetting that even the same woman can have another pregnancy and might not even have any issues, depending on the kind of child. And you are the one that impregnated her. You are complaining. This and that. Why are you always complaining? Why are you always doing this? Why are you always doing that? Some men, their wives will be the one taking care of them. You are sick, your wife will be running helter-skelter, up and down. My husband must not die. As she's praying, she's cooking, she's washing, she will not sleep in the night and be watching you. When any of the children are doing the same thing, she will still do the same thing. Watch them, cook, do this, go to school. Some will even go to school and be giving them medication at their particular time that they're supposed to get medications. But when your wife complains of headache, you will say she's pretending. Is she not a human being? But when you are sick, you want her to be running helter-skelter. When any of the children are sick, you want her to be running up and down. But when she's sick, you will complain that she's pretending. No, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. They said some spouses even transfer aggression to their children at home after differences between. No, Wọ́n rán yín iṣẹ́ now. Did they ask you to give birth to them? No, you can't transfer your aggression, maybe your problem, your issues, your rift, your fight, your argument between you and your spouse. You now see, I have seen somebody that was always saying that the mother will look at her and look at her. Oh, ribo she joba belt jola joton illa. Give her a slap. Whose fault? That the child looks so much like the father. Eh? Did they give birth to themselves? No. God created them. God deposited those seeds in your womb. If you're having issues with your father, that doesn't mean you should be beating the children anyhow. No. Maybe the father has run away and baba that refused to do or to participate in the children's life. That doesn't make the child to be at fault. You were the one that went into the relationship with your eyes wide open. So the thing you met there or you are meeting there is your business. It's not the children's business. In fact, you are not supposed to drag the children into the mess. It's none of their business. That's why some are catered like some Americans. When they have issues with their spouses, you won't even, they are separated, they are divorced, they co-parent. That's what they will call co-parenting. When it is your time to take your child to school, when it is my time, I do the same thing. Without involving the children in our problems. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Yes, they said sincerely held. Yes, it's healthy to compliment your partner. Yes, even I forgot how they said it. They said you should be touching your wife many as I think minimum of maybe 10 times a day or something. You can carry the cheek, you can, the chin, the cheek, like touch her hair, like picking something, even if there's no dirty thing there. But the wife or the husband will still know that, yes, I'm still relevant in your life. I'm still relevant. Some people, when their husband goes out or their wife goes out, they are eating. You see a particle or something, instead of you to give a sign, you can even be making the you can teach her, you can call her, you can correct in such a way that there won't be any disgrace when you go out. Some, when their wives cook, Kilo say, what did you cook? So salty, so tasteless, forgetting how much effort she has put in cooking that food. At times, might even be the man that will cook. Maybe the man look at the time and see that, it's 5 o'clock, she's not back. Let me start preparing something so that by the time she comes back, she won't be too tired. It won't be too much for her. The food would have been ready. Then we can do some other things together. Now say, I didn't send you to go and cook, Jare. You should have left it for me. Now you are cooking rice without salt. How can you cook rice without salt? The days you have been eating it with salt in cold. If you cannot sprinkle salt on it, then eat it like that and keep swallowing as if it is sweet. Keep swallowing like that. You don't have to keep complaining. Some people can complain for Africa. Kai. Complain. And when it comes to theirs, they are better, they are good, they are the best. No, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. You should compliment your spouse when they have done, even if it's a bad thing, even if the meal is burnt. Compliment that effort, the time being spent in doing that. Compliment them. This one says, is it a crime for thanking spouse after sex. You can, if you like. Especially if he or she has done well. You can say thank you. And if you don't want to say thank you directly, you can say, Lagbaja, I really enjoyed you last night. Whenever you are happy, I will know. You know, there's no big deal. It's not somebody else's husband. It's not somebody else's wife. When some people go and sleep with a prostitute and they compliment them, why won't you compliment your spouse? And some, if the wife says she's not satisfied in such way, and say, maybe we should do it this way, someone, you have been testing outside, have you? They have been testing you. They have been doing this. They have been. How many men have you slept with? How many women have you slept with? That now you are now comparing me with your this and that. No. Even if there's an error, there's a way he or she can say it to you. You don't have to complain. Because part of it, my dear sister and brother, is part of what solidifies the relationship, the marriage. If you are not doing it right, she's not happy about it, what is the point? That's why you see when you say, my spouse, my wife doesn't like it. When I call her, she'll say, have you asked her questions? Did she try to tell you? Did you ignore her? Did he try to tell you? Did you ignore him? I'm not talking about somebody that will come and say they want to be doing marathon, no, like a horse. No, that's not what I'm saying, no. If you're not satisfied or you're not finding it okay, you can complain. But not to compare, not comparison, like you're comparing them to Mr. Kinikon, Mrs. Kinikon, or Mr. and Mrs. Kinikon, the way they enjoy themselves. Were you there? Are you there? Did you see them? Is it not word of the mouth? Maybe those ones don't even go to bed. They don't sleep with each other. Or maybe for months they have not slept with each other. Don't compare. You can complain. But when they have done well, compliment yourselves. When they have done the other way around, is not, you are not, happy enough, still compliment and tell him or her and say, okay, some other time we will do like this. That is it. So thanking your spouse for that in the morning is your business. If you want to, if you are so close to that, so close to each other, you can do it. There is nothing you can't do when there is love, when there is affection, when there is good communication. That is it. You can do it. So that is it. Says most of our African men are not romantic at all. I will not lie to you, because they were not used to it. When Baba want to sleep with Mama, different women, wives, they, whose room am I sleeping tonight? Oh, it's Ronke's room. Ronke, put water in that bathroom for me. Even before you talk to your father, the fear. Even the women then, before they talk to their spouses, they call them Baba, Lord. They can't look into their faces, into their eyes and talk. But things have changed now. That is why our African men too should try and change. Some are so rigid. That's how we do mine. My father never. Can you talk to my father like that? Are you your father? Are you not you? I'm supposed to enjoy you. You're supposed to enjoy me. We're supposed to be together. We don't have to complain. We don't have to dwell on the past. Because our father did it that way, it doesn't mean we should do it that way. That is it. That is it. So we should keep learning. We should keep learning all the time. At times when we don't, even know how to do it or how to that's why we have a lot of seminars, a lot of marriage counselors that are here now. We have a lot of therapists that you can talk to. But mind you, some of them, okay, when you are talking to somebody like a marriage counselor and suddenly you just pass by their house and say, let me say hello to so person, and somebody that was telling you, this is how I do in my house, in that, and you meet him kneeling down, the wife has already said, beating the wife. All those ones, though. I'm talking about the good ones. At times it might be expensive, but at times they organize it. At times they organize it in our place of worship, maybe like our churches or our mosque. They are doing it there. Those ones are free. Attend, listen, watch, write notes, learn. Even there are some books about it that you can learn some things. So don't use harsh words on your spouse. No, it's not good. It's not right. It's not right. And don't compliment your spouse only when they have done good things for you or they have bought you something. No, don't do that only on birthdays. Do it every now and then. You can do it as a daily routine. Is this how you dress to work? And I didn't see you? Maybe because I was in a hurry. My wife is still there, just like a sweet 16, and everything. That alone, when she remembers, she will just be smiling. She will just be smiling. Maybe you didn't even drop money in the morning. That is when she will say, Iyanko, pandediamko. That compliment alone has paved way for pandediam. But when you talk and she has the money and say, hey, please help me, support me for the children's school fees. I don't have. Where do you want me to see it? Do you want me to go and rob a bank? Forgetting what you have said. You think you will forget what you have said before? Do you think that one will, like a flash, it will go off her head? No. It will still be there for days and months. If possible, years. Yes. It will still be there. So mind the way you talk to people. You talk to your spouse. Compliment yourselves. Compliment yourselves. If you have done bad things, you don't have to say, leko, you don't have manners, you don't have this, you don't. No, not like that. Not like that. Call yourself peacefully and talk. When you see that the other person is hot, is high, just let it be for a while. Let it slide. Then later on, you attend to it again. That is why we say communication is important. Compliment yourselves though. In the house when there's nobody, the children are even there. You can even be asking the children, Mom, okay, children, kids, come over here. You remember what your mommy wore to work yesterday? Say yes. And what she's wearing today. Which one is better? And the children will say, yeah, we like this one, we like this one. Or, you remember Christmas time? That kind of hair that your mom made? And today's own. Which one do you like most? You say, we like Christmas one. We go, but should I give you money to go and make that hair? I love the hair. Each time I remember that hair, I love it. Go and make it again. That is it. Not that you say, what kind of hair is this? That you are looking like a masquerade. Those people that are doing this, even if the hair is not fine. They're fine, no. It's now bringing your face out. Your face is now bright, even though it's not pretty. Then later on, you can now say, when you lose this one, after you have loosened it, You go and make that one that you did in Christmas time. Yes, I like that one too. You go and make it again. You don't have to say, maybe start to go sheri. No. One day, my husband made a kind of hairstyle. It's the type that doesn't have a particular hairstyle, just normal. So he went to this. I didn't know he went to a new barber, but immediately he came in, I knew he went to a different barber because the hair was not even and the way it was. So I was looking, I didn't know. And we had an argument before that time. So I was looking at the hair, like maybe I wasn't seeing well. So he was standing in front of the mirror and was looking at it. He was like, I think he realized that this is not really right. Immediately, he looked at it, and saw me from the mirror saying, he looked at me again. We both laughed, We laughed without saying anything. He knew that this hairstyle was, no be it. And I didn't have to say anything again. The only thing, when we just, a few days after, he just said, I won't barb my hair there again. And I said, okay, if you don't want to go there, maybe you should go so place, to so place. You understand? And that is it. That is it. So we should just be mindful of whatever we say to each other and how we say it, how we present it. At times when we want to say something good, presentation matters a lot. If you don't present it well, it won't sit well in the stomach of whoever you're telling, especially when it comes to husband and wife. Yes, Seun Tenibia just says some don't even appreciate their wife for cooking for them. Forgetting that cooking is tasking too. Yes. To cook, you have to think and think. What you are eating tomorrow night, tomorrow evening, we have started thinking today. We'll be battling in our brain like, we ate beans 2 days ago, we can't repeat beans. Hey, and there's no money, and we have limited resources. If I say we should cook yam, what are we going to eat with the yam? Should we cook porridge? Should we make yam and egg? Should we make sauce with the egg? With the yam? Then you now be in the kitchen sweating like a Christmas chicken, doing this and that, and the man will now come in. Won't taste the back. Bawo. Ow. Bawo. How is it tasting? Even if for you to just hide and say, even the woman has already started judging herself. Taste it. It's tasting somehow. Is it not sour? I don't think so. Me rebel. This one is good. It's nice. Even if you cannot finish it. On a day like this, I have drank so much water. I was so thirsty. Eat half of it. To cook, not be quick. You as a man, most men don't cook. And most men that cooked when they were younger, the moment they get married, they drop their apron. They don't even enter the kitchen anymore. Because our African food, you have to start from the onset. You have to boil. And our home is we will boil. We will not do half done. You will cook, you will do this, you will do that, and the man will now come and taste it and spoil face. Like somebody that has eaten poop or shit. No, it's not supposed to be like that. Compliment her. Compliment her. Nice. Yummy. I love it. Even I've been perceiving the aroma. When I say, no, that's my wife's cooking. Hey, I trust your cooking. Even if you eat finish, you go to the mirror and do, Just pretend, manage. On many occasions, you do a lot of things that are not funny to us. But because we don't want to spoil your mood, we carry it up like that. Say, We are trying. We are trying. Somebody was saying it a few days ago that women are trying, even though Allah lower, but women are trying. Fine, and that is it. And some men too, they are the ones doing house chores. Not that because their wife has used their brain. No, maybe the kind of the work the wife is doing goes out in the morning, early in the morning, and you are the man that stays home more, and you decide to help. When you, the wife, comes, what do? Do you complain? You have been with this children since morning. If you have been at home, they would have done the same thing. They would have done the same thing. So don't complain. Don't complain. Manage it like that. You were raised in a different home. I was raised in a different home. Now we are being brought together under the same roof to manage ourselves. So complaint will come, right? We'll have issues. But how are we treating it? How are we attending to it? We should not let that to ruin our relationships. Appreciate your spouse every now and then. Some people will just look at their wife and say, hey, now me marry this woman. Even the king of your village, his wife is not as pretty as my wife. That is it. At times when you see the Igbo women hailing their husband, hey, agoncheba ujoguwa, nai, calling them a lot of names. You see the man just smiling, as if he has won the whole world. As if they have won the whole world. May God help us. We have to strive. We have to try as much as possible. We have to. We have to. May God help us. Please, let's try. It's not easy. It's not easy. We have to keep reaffirming ourselves. I love you. I appreciate you. In fact, for you to have married me, I have won lottery, because I remember those days that each time we are passing by this place, people will be looking at you, say, hey, is it this person that is going to marry her? It's just like you have won a jackpot. You have won the best woman, the best man. Nobody told you that there won't be issues. There will be issues. But how are you managing it? Compliment yourself. Talk to each other. Call yourself sweet names, pet names. That when the man remembers at work, maybe he's writing something, even if his boss has done something bad, when he remembers home, he will just smile it off and wave it off. I have seen a woman telling the husband and saying, I see your stress. I see the way you are running up and down. I have started doing something. The little one that I'm doing, let me keep doing it so that I will be helping. The man said, when you are home, don't you eat at home? Am I starving you? Is the woman only in your house to eat? No. And the woman now said, let's rub hands together to make the family grow. The man said, you are stupid for saying that. Because your wife said she wants to be assisting you, you said she's stupid. You are the one killing yourself because you provide this, provide that, provide this, provide that, and the woman will sit down stretching legs. She will even employ house help. So maybe now you won't suffer on your own. Suffer now. So we have to appreciate ourselves. Yes, appreciation matters on both sides at all times. Yes, irrespective of what has gone or have transpired between both of you, even if you're having rift issues or whatever, still appreciate yourselves and leave the children out of the matter. If she puts so much salt, eat it like that. They say, tíyàwó mi bá fi ọjọ́ bá já ọbẹ̀, èmi náà fẹnu àtẹ́ jẹ, I will eat it as if there is no salt. I mean, tíyàwó mi bá fi ọjọ́, I have forgotten the proverb. So just eat it like that. Manage it like that. Compliment her for putting effort, for doing the. You send your husband message. Hey, Papa Latasha, when you are coming back, please help us buy bread. Help us buy tomatoes. Help us buy this. The man will not mind. Since his way, he will go and buy. Even tomato will. Why is the tomato looking like this? This goat meat, na baby kid, na kid you go buy. You collect them for your mama back. You know, things like that. See, appreciate that you have done well. For my husband to have gone to the market and buy me all these things. You have done well. If the soap is too salty, eat small. Tell her the soup is too much that she has given you. Let's not waste it. Tomorrow, blend tomato. You can go and buy tomatoes by yourself. Blend, boil it, and pour it in the soup. That is it. If it is ogbono, buy more ogbono. Cook it without salt and pour it. If it's ewedu, buy more ewedu. Cook it without salt and pour it. You can't pour it away now. Owo na danta. Manage it like that. Manage yourselves. That is it. That is it. When your wife is cooking in the kitchen, you can help. You can stay with her. Some men, I have seen a man that the wife doesn't really know how to cook. The wife cooked fish with shell. And this man now said, okay, when you want to cook, there are some kind of fish. I will show you how to cook it. Hey, if you eat my soup, let's do a competition. We'll see. You think, you didn't condemn her food. I said, sit down. Today is my day. Don't worry. Just watch me. Daddy is the one in the kitchen. And the woman will not sit down. She will still help you wash this, wash that, do this. And that's, as you are doing it, you'll be telling stories. Hey, when I was small, my mom would tell me to do it this way, to do it this way. You are passing a message to her. Telling her to do it that way some other time. So, that is it. That is how it keeps going. You cannot keep condemning, complaining, all the time. No. Yeah, women need appreciation, even men. Don't let me lie to you. It's all easy. Men too need appreciation. If your husband take the children to school, you say, thank you. You made it easier for me today. The children will not forget you. For saying thank you. Tomorrow, the thing go sweeter. It go still say, you won't carry children go school. Before you know it, it will be a routine. That one will be off your neck. He can even say, the way I'm going is this way, and their school is this way. Then both of you will now sit and say, okay, what if I change their school to that way so that when you are going in the morning, you can be helping me to drop? Okay, that would be a good one. Yes, that's a good one. And before you know it, things are falling in place. That is it. But when you complain, you are taking my children to school, you are dragging her like this, dragging her, not being papa, may a drag now. So we have to keep complimenting ourselves. You didn't ask your husband to buy fish. He saw fish and said, ẹja tútù rè. He bought. How much did you buy it when you got it? Wọ́n ti gbà ẹ́. They have done 419 on you. They defrauded you. How can you buy this fish? Compliment ẹ. Say thank you for buying the fish even when you did not ask. Even when you did not ask. So we need to be appreciating ourselves. Yeah, sex is part of it. That is it. We have to appreciate ourselves. We have to know how to, I said it already. Yeah. The person asked if complimenting after sex is okay. Yes, I said it's okay. When you are close enough, you will even be able to talk about it amicably without issues. Okay. I will tell you one naughty thing. There was this group I think we were all women. So they used to talk about so many stuff. They were not talking about love making. And one woman now said they made mention about some styles and stuff like that. That she and her husband were doing a particular style all and on for like maybe years, over a decade. That she now decided to, follow what they said on the group. And these are, I think good, maybe I wouldn't say Christians like that, there are some men that are so disciplined and rigid that this is how I want my stuff. Said when she got home, she had a bath, she made a very delicious meal, and the man was even complimenting her. Egba Johnny, did you collect what do they call a job? So did you collect this susu they are doing, all this a job? I've forgotten the name. I beg, borrow me English. So I say, where did you see the money to cook all these things? I didn't drop money in the morning. This is fantastic. This is sweet and and delicious and everything. The woman said she had her bath and did everything. So when they got to bed, she tried it with the man. Say, Yalagbaja kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. So the way you turn there, turn padà. Turn padà. She said she was so ashamed that in the morning she had to pretend as if she was still sleeping till the man left for work because she didn't know how to face him. Some men are so rigid, while some women are so rigid. A lady was saying her own one day that the husband traveled to UK and came back, and the man was trying some styles with her, and she now say, "Níṣe ló ń ṣe mí bí ajá, ló ń ṣe mí chaka bí ajá." But at times when you know the kind of spouse you have, you can both sit down and talk about it before you try it. So that is it about sex. Oríṣiríṣi ni. So you can't say it's only that one that will help your marriage. No be only a lot of we have a lot of things that can make you compliment your spouse. Yes, divorce is so much now, and that is why we have to go to the root of the divorce, and this is one of it. You don't appreciate me, all I've been doing, no thank you, nothing. It's part of it. We have to appreciate ourselves. We have to appreciate. Some are so big that their ego will not allow them to say thank you. It's not supposed to be like that. That's why we find it difficult to say thank you to God who has given us life. So we have to keep appreciating ourselves. We have to keep, complimenting ourselves. That is it. That is it. So may God help us. So we have to be very careful in whatever we are doing. Okay. So, my dear brothers and sisters, if you have anything to say or question or whatever, you can go ahead. Then another thing, when I said about touching your wives, touching your spouse and everything, complimenting our dressing, if your husband has dressed corporate or you just got a new shirt or something, or your wife has done the same thing, compliment yourself and everything. Then if your wife is hardworking, your spouse is hardworking, there's no big deal in saying, Baba Lagbaja, God has seen you. He has seen the way you are walking up and down, trying all your best to make sure your family is intact, to be feeding us and doing all these things. May God continue to bless you. The more you will continue to be the head and not the tail, like all those ones, all your God, they should be able to see that you have done well. If they refuse to compliment you, if they refuse to praise you, God will praise you, God will praise you, God will elevate you, God will even use that opportunity to take you to higher places. Kò sí big deal ńbẹ̀. It is not only when you need something you now be saying, call me very handsome bobo, my pretty wife, my beautiful wife. No, not when you want to cross River Jordan. That is when you remember to compliment her. No, not when you want to collect something. Maybe you have hold base, you have gone to buy credits, clothes on credit. Remember that? After praising him, now be asking him for money. No. Every now and then, let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. May God bless us. May God help us. Yes. If you tell someone about that style, yes, I said it also. That if you tell your wife or your husband, especially about a particular style, or you're complaining about how he has been doing it, they will think otherwise. That is immaturity to me. If you're a matured man and the way you present it matters, as I said, you'll be able to talk it amicably. You'll be able to sit with each other and talk about it. You have to discuss it. Communication is important. Somebody was telling me that, I will now call my husband to come. Hey, God forbid. You call your husband. It's not other person's husband. It's your husband. It's your wife. Call, talk, sit down. Want to discuss it? Discuss it. If you want to make action, someone will say, my wife doesn't call, but I know her actions. My husband doesn't call, I know his actions. That is it. So, what works for A might not work for B. What works for B might not work for A. May God bless us. We have really tried tonight. Thank you so very much, everybody, for joining. God bless you. I really appreciate you. And for those that have called your names, I thank you. And for those that have not called their names, Adegboyega Michael, thank you. Bose Dekayode Adeni, thank you so very much. Oluwabunmi Bishopowale Egberi, thank you. God bless you. I really appreciate you. Who else? I've seen some people, quite a few. Usman Fabayo Usman, thank you for joining late because you just joined. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you so very well. El Nino, my paddy ọmọ mi tó sure. Thank you. Oyinlola Ogunṣemowo Oníjọ̀gbọ̀n. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Olatunde Adediji. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. As I said, help me send. Even if you have finished the program, you can still send it to people on Abidbusi, on Olu Abi. Keep sharing, keep sending to people. May God bless you. Thank you so very much. You're always on time. coming to join to hear what we have to say. We have a lot in the cooler, right? That we are bringing out one after the other. Don't be the only one to be enjoying them. Yes, make sure you share with people. Quickly before I go, I saw a comment. I'm sorry. They said, "It is not better. Is it not better to live together till death than being romantic and divorce in 6 months?" My dear brother, let me tell you, the time of our fathers have passed. I am not supposed to endure marriage. I am supposed to enjoy marriage, right? So if I am not enjoying it, it will affect me, it will affect you, and it will affect our mental health at the same time, right? My level of endurance might not be your level of endurance. So we have to enjoy our relationships with our spouses. So that's why we are using all this medium to spice up our relationships, to talk about it, to see how we can mend what can be amended. We have to make it better and better. We can't say because our fathers did it that way, we should do it that way. If you are still dwelling on the past, my dear brother, Otilo, but how do you make your own? How do you spice your own up? How do you make it more enjoyable for your spouse? That is what we are trying, because the devil is targeting all the homes, and that is why we have a lot of hoodlums, all these children on the streets. A lot is going on, so we have to try. This one has nothing to do with with religion. I'm not talking about religion now. I'm talking about the way the children are getting messier and messier every day. From 7-year-old, 10 years old. No, this is getting out of hands. So we as parents, we have to do something. So we can't give what we don't have. If there's no love in the house, no affection in the home, how will the children grow with love? How will they go with affection? If you are beating their mother in their presence, they will go out and be beaten. Our own fathers those days that used to slap our mothers in the presence of in our presence. That is why when some of them grow up, they get married, they feel that slaps is normal. That your husband can slap you anytime, your wife can tear your clothes anytime. No, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not, and they will do it more than how their fathers have done it. No, because wọ́n ti kọ́ṣẹ́, wọ́n ti mọṣẹ́, wọ́n mọṣẹ́ jẹ tó kọ́ wọn ṣẹ́ lọ. So you can't keep doing that. We can't, because we don't want divorce. We want to live like our forefathers. No, we have to sit down and talk. During our forefathers, most of them are the one working. Our mothers were not working. And the few jobs that our mothers were doing, maybe in shop, maybe they have, they even go to the farm with their husbands, using them as slaves. They will marry 3-4 women. They will ask the women to be making ridges. They will pound them. They will do this. They will do. Then you see Baba of 90 years, 110 years, still flexing. You still go and marry an 18-year-old girl, while the mama don't bend like bend the light. She no go fit waka after having 7, 8, 10 children. No proper care. No, it's not supposed to be like that. We cannot say because our fathers lived like that, our great-grandfathers lived like that, then we have to live that. We have to make it better, better and better. Show love and affection to our children. There's a lot of bitterness outside. A lot of bitterness. I was driving with a friend someday when I was in Nigeria, and this boy was just saying a woman that had someone like a 27, 28-year-old child as a first child, and you that you are 14 talking and saying license as if it's your mate. They lack manners. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to respond. They don't know how to act. And this is what is flopping everywhere to make it messy, so bad. So we can't say because our fathers live like that, we have to live like that. Please, let's change. You can't give what you don't have. You don't have love. You don't see love. You never get love at home. How do you show love to children? How do you want your children to? Your children will grow up and think beating and slapping women is normal. Using something to stab your husband is normal. No, it's not supposed to be like that. May God bless us. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you once again, and thank you. Till next week that we are going to bring something else, another topic. I really appreciate you. El Nino, take notes as usual. We'll get back to you before the end of the weekend. Thank you so very much. God bless you. I still remain Oluwabi and Abid Busi. See you again. God bless you. Bye.